welcome to Neophyte.tv, the technology show for the not-so-geeky. I am not a geek, I'm Andy Barnes.
And I'm Ben Friedman, and I'm a little geeky.
You're a little geeky.
And you're not so.
Not so geeky.
Yes, indeed. So today on the show, we are reviewing this, which is the Epson Artisan 50 printer. You know, I don't know if you noticed that these days, a lot of printers try to do everything.
Right.
They print, they scan, they make
wireless.
copies, they do faxes, they make you coffee, they wake you up. Pancakes, yes, although it's hard to get them in the little slot, I find.
But once you do.
Once you do, yummy, yum. This is actually kind of refreshing. The Artisan 50 is just a printer. It's $99. That's all it does is print, and it does great photos, and it does great, text. It's fast. It's USB. It's pretty snappy. I think it's just as a printer, it's a great little machine.
Right, and it doesn't print on just paper, but it prints on CDs and DVDs.
Well, and this is what I found amazing, especially for $99. Is this does a great job of printing on CDs and DVDs. Now, you used to, when you've printed DVDs and CDs before, you've gone out and you print on labels.
Right.
In your regular printer.
And then I stamp them on all by myself.
You stamp them onto the DVD, which I personally think gives it a kind of a cheap look.
Good to know.
You know, it doesn't look as good as a real printed disc. Right. Plus, I've had problems, I don't know if you've ever had this happen, but sometimes the label will get gummed up in the works of the printer, and then you're in trouble.
Right. Well, right. Kinko's usually does my printing, but...
Oh, well, that's good. Yeah.
But it's not, it's sort of a pain in the butt.
Yeah, now you got to go out, go to Kinko's and put them all on, make sure they're all lined up. So you can buy now DVDs and CDs that have this special inkjet surface that has a kind of papery feel to it.
Right.
And it will accept inkjet ink. Let me reiterate, you can't use just regular DVDs with this. You have to use special inkjet printable DVDs.
Right.
For 99 bucks, this comes with a special holder that will hold these CDs or DVDs. You put it in like this, and then you slide this in the tray like this. Now it also does, paper, it'll print on paper, it'll print photos and all that kind of stuff, but you've seen that all before. What's really cool about this is how it does these DVDs. So I'm going to make a print here, and then I'll ask you about your experience with the printer while we're waiting for this to print.
Okay.
So here I go. I'm going to hit the old print button here. And with any luck, this should now start printing. You'll see it sucks it in and
spits it out and then sucks it in.
Yeah. There it goes. In it goes.
Now, the great thing I like about this, because I think the true test if something's going to
By the way, can I interrupt you?
Yeah.
It's fairly quiet. Most inkjets are pretty quiet. But as a guy who grew up with the old dot matrix printers that were like, it's nice how quiet this is.
Right. Anyway, we can still carry on a conversation.
Indeed.
Perfect.
Indeed. Go ahead.
Anyway, the fact that I was able to put this together all by myself, I didn't have to call you for help.
No.
You didn't have to take over my screen on my Mac and actually do it.
Yes.
I thought it was great. And the fact that I was able to figure out how to do the DVD and print.
Yeah, and you're not a manual reader. You don't read manuals.
I am so bad when it comes to these things, obviously, if you just look at some of our previous Neophyte episodes.
That's why you're here.
Exactly.
So, yeah, you took this home, put it in there. How easy was it?
I did it by myself.
How easy was it to use?
It was, I mean, I had it up and running probably within about 15 minutes.
How was the software?
It was easy. It was great.
So you designed your own disc and everything?
Yeah, actually, I already had an image that I used, the one that I typically send to Kinko's.
So you just stamped that image right in the software?
Exactly. That took me a couple times to figure out how to upload that, but I figured it out.
You have to like set it as a background image or something?
Of course you knew that.
No, I'm asking.
Yeah, I went and got the background image, and that was the whole thing.
Right. And then you print it off, and it looks good.
It looks great. Printed like 10, 15 of them, and I'm hoping I get to borrow this again.
Yeah, well, you can always borrow it or just come down to the studio here and use it here.
Right. No, I really liked it.
Yeah.
And the color was great.
Yeah, and in fact, I'm waiting here now. It's not, as you can see, it's not the speediest disc.
For 99 bucks, it doesn't have to be.
Well, that's a good point. It's 99 bucks. What the heck are you expecting?
Right.
Get off our case.
By the time you go to Kinko's and come back, you've wasted, what, a half a day?
That's true. That's true. Now, if you have to print like 300 discs, this may not be the way to go.
Right.
Because there's no batch printing on this. It's one at a time. You can't, unlike paper, right? If you need 300 copies of something, you put 300 sheets of paper in here, you go to your print menu, you type in 300, hit print, and you come back in an hour.
Right. I mean, definitely some manual labor involved, but still worth it.
Yeah, because you have to manually put in. So if you're doing 1 or 5 or 10, this is good. Here it is coming out. So it pops out like that, and there is, this is from the cover of your demo reel, which we recently put together. Look how pretty that looks.
I like it, and especially because it's a picture, like it's a photo, and it still looks like a photo.
Yeah, Now you notice I'm touching it from the edges, mostly because it does take the ink a few seconds to dry. If you touch this with your fingernails, or your fingers, excuse me, you will get some ink on your fingers and you'll smear it.
Right.
So you don't want to touch it for a few minutes.
I like it.
I like it too. That's the Epson Artisan 50 printer.
We agree on something.
Amazing. You know, you better check hell because I think it's freezing over out there. And that's 99 bucks for a great little printer that also prints on CDs and DVDs, as you can see.
And if you'd like me to send you a demo,
AndyBarness.com. Sign up right there. And we have another spotlight coming up after this, so please stay tuned. And we are back, and in the second spotlight today, we are looking at this, which is the Plantronics Voyager Pro headset, Bluetooth headset for use with cell phones.
right?
Now you've used several Bluetooth headsets before. What's your previous, up till now, how have you found them? Do you like them? Do you find the quality, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I like them. A lot of times you can't get it loud enough. I find that I hear too much background noise, and I can never get it loud enough to actually hear people.
How is the fit for you? Have you found them comfortable in your ears in the past?
My 2 ago, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I've tried a couple. My last one was good. I really like this one.
Right. Well, so this
Yeah.
one it's pricey. You know, you can buy them for 20, 30 bucks now.
How much was this?
This was $99.
Okay.
Now, a lot of people would say, and I think you're one of them, and I'm one of them too, if you get one that does its job, that does what it's supposed to do.
Right. It's like a good pair of jeans. Sometimes you just got to spend the money if it fits
Yeah.
and works well.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. So this is the Plantronics Voyager Pro, and they make a big deal out of how quiet it is and noise canceling that it is. And it's a fairly, you know, design-wise, you know, you've seen this before. Let me stick this on here.
Well, I find that with some of my other ones, putting it on and trying to figure out which way to turn it, and
you wear it on the right?
right, I wear it on the
and
right.
I wear it on the left, just because I don't know why.
So for you to put it over there,
So if I put it there, I turn this the other way like this and go whoop, and now it's set
right,
to the left.
right,
So
I find
very
it really easy.
I'd put this on, but it's going to conflict with my mic.
I mean, I loved it. I could hear well. You know, it took some getting used to just when you're driving how to.
Well, so let's do
How to
this.
turn it.
Step one: call quality, voice quality. What did you think? Did people know you? Like, I got to tell you, you called me from the car.
No,
the
that's
other
what
day.
I was going to say.
You called me from the car the other day, and I said, "Are you on the headset?" And I was amazed because you were, and you were in traffic, and I could. Usually, you can hear like a,
Right.
you know, like the car noise, regular car noise.
Right, and then you said, "Are you stopped?"
I thought you were stopped. I'm like, how come you're not moving? And it turns out it's just canceling all that noise.
Right, I was moving.
Yeah, you were moving, and it sounded good.
Right.
Did you get any other comments, or did you ask any other opinions or anything? Or what do you think?
No, I mean, from what you thought of the sound,
Yeah.
obviously, when I was talking on the phone, I was able to make it louder. It did come with little doodads for the earpieces.
Yeah, I'm a medium. Did you change it, or
No, I didn't. This worked just fine
so
for
medium,
me.
That's
I mean, who
great.
knows? It might be better if I tried a smaller one or a bigger one,
Right.
but I liked it. I also liked the fact that this sort of went closer to my
It
mouth.
comes down a little bit. Yeah.
My other
exactly.
one was just this little tiny thing.
Now you do look. Let me put it back on
And
again.
it's slimmer in the back of my ear, too.
Wow, slimmer on the back of your ear.
Right.
But you do. I mean, it's certainly not discreet.
Right.
I mean, it's got a big thing on the back of your ear, and then you have this, you know, a very long microphone.
However, when you go like this,
Ooh. Ooh.
like if you don't have a call, especially for me, I could hide my hair.
Hold on,
You
I'm
wouldn't
getting,
even
I'm
know.
getting a message from the Klingons.
Beam me up, Scotty.
That does look a bit Star Trek like that.
So at least
is that
it
what you do? You
moves.
flip it up?
That's what I was
You know what
doing.
would be cool is if you flip it up like this, and then when you want to answer the call, you just flip it down.
Oh, and that's how
That's
you
like
answer
the switch.
it.
But no.
Oh, that's a great idea.
The switch is on here. Now, let me tell you one thing I don't like about this. I hate ones where the switch is on the bit that goes into your ear like this. I'd much rather it was here or somewhere else. And I'll tell you why.
Wait, what switch?
The switch to answer the call.
Oh.
Okay?
I was answering it from the phone.
Oh, you can do that too, and that's
Okay.
fine. But if you, let's say your phone's in your pocket and you don't want to dig the phone out, you can just push this little button right there.
Right.
Right. But the problem is I find is sometimes I'm going, it falls out of my ear a little
Right,
bit.
it
I go to
pushes
push
it.
it back in my ear and hang up.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I
you
think they should
definitely want it
never
more
put the
secure.
switch, Plantronics, never put the switch right on the bit that goes into your ear.
At least if you want a good review, don't do that.
Exactly. And there you go. But other than that, I agree with you. I thought the sound quality was great. Battery life was great. I think it's well worth 99 bucks.
I do too.
So there you go. Another agreement. Wow. From Andy
Hell, it's
and
still
I.
freezing over.
Yeah, and that is the Plantronics Voyager Pro, which I think is a fantastic little headset. Pricey, expensive,
Worth
but
it.
is the best sounding one on the market. And I used to have the Jawbone, which was also a fairly expensive one, and also worked okay. But again, after about a month or two, I had to stop using it because I just got too many people saying, you know.
Right. Are you in a tunnel?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And I did not get that. Well, I haven't used it for 2 months. I used this for a week or so and then used it for a week or so. And no bad reviews from other people, which is really where it counts.
Right.
Indeed. So that's all the time we have for the show this week. But let us know. Do you mind paying more for a Bluetooth headset that's actually going to work a little better for you?
Or is it like a good pair of jeans?
Or is it like a good pair of jeans? Do you mind the microphone extension? And, let us know. www.neo-fight.tv. That is where you can leave a comment, subscribe to the show, or download past episodes. And if you happen to have an extra 30 seconds,
Take a look at this.
Hey, I'm Andy Walker. Have you just bought a new computer with Windows Vista on it? Or maybe you've got an old XP computer that you're upgraded. Well, we've just created an amazing new DVD that'll teach you everything you need to know about the new operating system from Microsoft. It's called Getting Started with Windows Vista. In this DVD, there are 3 sections. One is out of the box. What do you need to do as soon as you start up Vista? Number 2 is Vista Essentials, things you need to know every day to make your computer experience amazing. Antivirus, security, all kinds of new features that Vista offers. And finally, geek tips and tricks, things you need to know that nobody else will have told you that make you a Vista guru. For more information, check out our website at gettingstartedvideo.com.